Okay, so here's the deal. This has been my everyday carry for the better part of 10 years. It's different book bag, but all the tech up in there has always been the same. Any possible tech that I think I could possibly maybe need went inside this book bag. And as a result, the book bag has been extremely heavy. But with me working out, going to the gym, I just don't want to carry a heavy book bag no more. So here's what we're doing. You see this black mat? I'm only allowed to put in my EDC carry bag what fits on this table. If it doesn't fit on this table, I can't put it in my EDC bag. And my EDC bag is going to be a sling and not an actual book bag to ensure I don't overstuff it. So the big question is this: how do small content creators like us who's working 40 to 60 hours a week with a family get a competitive edge and become full-time content creators, starting with no social media following, email list with limited resources? This is the question, and this channel will give you the answers. My name is Will. Welcome to Will Talk Tech. Let's talk about it. All right, so instead of just taking stuff up out of this bag and trying to fill up my EDC bag, I decided to do something different. And I'm gonna leave this bag as is. Only took a few items out, and I'll show you those items when we get to it. But instead, what I decided to do was I went out, I looked on Amazon, and I picked up all the things that I think I would need for a minimum book bag. All right, so the first thing we got is these two right here. Honestly, I didn't know which one I was gonna need, so I got both. This is the Tom Tuck Everyday Sling. This is the Tom Tuck Everyday Sling. One of them holds a 13-inch or 14-inch MacBook Pro, and the other one don't. So between these two, we'll see which one I use and go from there. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be using this one right here. So we can actually put that one to the side. This is going to be my everyday carry moving forward for the foreseeable future, at least. So we can cut that off really quickly, since I know this is going to be my EDC. Now, the reason why I got this, honestly, is because the bag itself was reasonable, but it still allows me to have my compartments that I'm used to. Like, if you look up in there, you can see I still got my organizational pockets that I'm used to. You can see right here, that's where my iPad will go. And then you can see it's a back pocket right here for, like, I guess a wallet or something. I'm not 100% sure. But as you can see, for the most part, this is a pretty small bag. So it's not a lot that I can put up in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox the things that I purchased specifically for this bag. Okay, so we want to get the things out of the way that's coming from my original book bag. So this right here is a 2 TB SSD, and I'm using this one because originally I bought this right here that I was gonna unbox, which is a 4 TB. But honestly, I feel like this would be better served in my big book bag to keep with my MacBook Pro, because that's also a 4 TB. And I was gonna just be flopping these back and forth, but instead, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep this for my actual big book bag. So we're not gonna be unboxing that today. I'm gonna be using this 2 TB, and I'm gonna be using this spigot. Now, I think this is called spigot or something like that. I don't know. I know it begins with an S though. It's 2 USB-Cs. That's all I really need, to be honest. And this is 100 watt. Now, inside of my book bag, I actually have a Ugreen 140, and on my desk, I have the 200 watt right there. Now, I'm more than likely, I'm gonna be swapping this out for a Ugreen, because to be honest with you, I just absolutely love Ugreen products. So these are the first things that's gonna be going inside my bag. This right here is something I grabbed just because I honestly wanted something different. I wanted to be able to start keeping pen and paper with me. So as a result, I decided to grab this. Now, this is actually pretty cool that they give you this. I guess those are bookmarks. As you can see, this is a holder. Now, you might be wondering, what does this holder go to? I got it for this right here, which is field notes. So the reason why I got this is because honestly, I wanted to get back into pen and paper. I haven't done pen and paper in a very, very long time. And you know, I get it. Sometimes I'm in places where I can't write. So I just wanted to start having pen and paper on me again. It's just something I wanted. So the way this works is I'm supposed to put this in here like so, and that's how it goes. Now on this side, I could put something else, a holder or something, because it's a pocket right here. But this is how it goes. This is how it's going to be in there, and pens go right here. Now my pens of choice is This right here, they supposed to be able to work anywhere, rain, snow, sleet, doesn't matter, the weather conditions. They supposed to just work. So I'm looking forward to putting that to the test, but this is supposed to be my pen. And as you can see, it allows me to jot down some quick note of whatever I'm thinking. And yeah, I like it. And that's gonna go right here. And I like that it don't add any extra bulk to it. I actually like that a lot. Now I might, instead of having it right there, I think I might like it better right here. Oh no, I don't. I like it better where it was at, which is gonna be right there. So I like that. And that's the next thing that's gonna be in my everyday carry, which is pen and paper. This one right here, I'm probably gonna have this as a backup. I don't know if it's gonna actually go on my book. I don't think this is gonna go in there because these wasn't cheap. These cost me like 20 something bucks. So these two, I'm gonna actually have put to the side so when I need to replenish this, I can. The next thing I'm gonna need is cable management. So this right here is going to be what I use for cable management. And I'm using this cable right here mainly because I didn't want to pull anything out of my tech bag. I wanna keep this as minimal as possible. And what I like about this, as you can see, is I can actually pull this out and take it back in. So it's a smaller footprint as well as it gives me all three that I could possibly need. It gives me USB-C mini, it gives me lightning, and it gives me USB-C. And I have the cable right here that I plug in via USB-C. And the cool thing about it is this is a 100-watt cable. So while it's not the most sexiest, it will get the job done and it will save a lot of space in my bag. So that's gonna be my first cable. So this right here is going to be the next cable that I have. I'm gonna actually have two cables in my bag. Just to play it safe, I decided to go with two. And this cable also is gonna be very versatile, as you can see. This is the cable right here, and it'll supposed to pull up, and as you can see, it goes from lightning to USB-C, and I could put it back down. And you can see on this side, I pull it up, USB-C, and you can see it goes to USB-A. So this is the other cable. Now, honestly, I didn't think this cable was gonna look this good, but it honestly, now I see why it was so expensive. I like this, I like the way it's braided, and I like being able to just roll it up, and anything that gives me cable management is A-okay with me. So I like this a lot actually, and it allows me to be able to tighten that cable up and keep it really snug in my bag. So yeah, I like that. That's gonna be my second cable, and their unboxing of this was actually pretty cool. I like this whole little setup thing they had going. All right, so the first piece of tech that's gonna be going inside my bag is my iPad mini. This is a must. I take it everywhere with me. This is one of the few things that'll be transferring from bag to bag, along with this SD card right there, just to make sure that I always have all my content. Now, with this, as you can see, I love my iPad mini, but it needs a refresh. To give it a refresh, what I decided to do was I decided to get this right here for it. Now, this is a little bit different. Let's open it up. I've never ever had a case like this before, so I'm anxious to see how I'm gonna like it. But this is the refresh that I'm giving it. It's a totally different type of case. It puts you in the mind of a book versus a normal case, and it comes with a microfiber cloth. I actually like this one. It doesn't have that silky smoothness to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pop this out right here. We can retire that, and I'm gonna actually just pop this into here. And this is going to be my new case going forward. And I'm assuming that this flaps over like that, and I like it. So this, I like it. It's gonna take a little getting used to. I know it has some angles, supposed to have different angles I can position it in, like so. That angle, I'm not sure who would use these angles back here. Doesn't much make sense. The only angle that makes sense is this one right here. And just coming from this right here with all the versatility that it had, I can tell you right now, I'm gonna have to get used to this one right here. But honestly, I picked this up for one key reason. That's because of this slot right here. My last Apple Pencil I had, I lost it. That's why I had to go out and buy me a brand new Apple Pencil to go with this setup. Now, I do have an Apple Pencil still on my other iPad, but switching them out can be cumbersome sometimes. And this Apple Pencil is going to be on here. This right here can go right up in there. Put it back down, and there we have it. Now the Apple Pencil is connected, and now I can put this back up in there. All right, and now the Apple Pencil is up in there. If I want it, it's a little thumb piece right here where you can push the Apple Pencil out and be able to grab it. So I like that a lot. And now I could just drop it back in there and it's all set to go. And this is gonna be the way I carry my iPad. Now, just off playing with it right now, I could tell you right now, I'm gonna have to get used to it because just as of it stands right now, I'm not a big fan of it. I guess I done got so used to this minimalistic thing that it's almost like you don't have nothing on your iPad and you get to experience the iPad naked. So throwing it in here, it's an adjustment. But I am going to give it a shot, and we'll see if I decide to change it out later. But for right now, this is how it works. But the main feature I really like is this right here. This is why I did it for this right here. Ensuring that I'm not going to lose another $130 Apple Pencil. So the next thing I picked up is this right here, because sometimes when I'm using my iPad mini, I just want to be able to input information fast. This right here is a keyboard. And as you can see, it unfolds into a keyboard. Now, this isn't going to be something that I think I would go crazy with, but honestly, I have to say, based on my hand positioning, I could see myself using it. And once I'm done with it, folding it back up and putting it away in my bag. I like this, and it's only for my iPad mini because sometimes, like I say, I be wanting that keyboard feel and I just don't have it. So this right here is going to come in clutch. The other thing that's in the bag, I think it's funny that they put charger cable inside. The fact that we're so used to not having charger cables with things now is insane. And this right here is a USB-C to, this is USB-A to micro. Not crazy about that, but I actually have something, a piece of tech that actually requires this, so I'm not complaining too much about it, which you will see what that is later on. The next piece I got is this right here. Now, this right here is something that honestly I should have been using when it comes to video editing when I'm using my AirPods Max, but I wasn't using it. This is simply a Lightning to 3.5 millimeter head jack. So that way I'll be able to start using this instead of editing wirelessly. This allows me to actually plug it in and I'm 100% connected with no latency. So this right here is a must. Like I said, I should have been using this. This right here is a clamp, which honestly is not gonna make sense to you right now, but you'll see why I need it a little bit later on in this video. But let's open it up all the same. And as you can see, this is what it is. It's really simple. It's a battery clamp. It unscrews like that and you can screw it down. And this right here, you just drop it inside of here and screw it in, and that allows you to attach this to different things. Easy peasy. The next thing I picked up is this right here. This is I think they call it a carabiner, but if I'm wrong, I'm just gonna call it a hook. But it basically allows me to hang my book bag off any table or anything, and I don't have to put it on the floor. I have a thing about having my tech on the floor. So this right here is gonna come in clutch and it's gonna prevent me from having to do that. The next thing I need to ensure everything works is a power source. So I picked up this power bank because this is the one that I seen I like. And in the box, you can see we have a manual. This is the charge, I guess it's called. Instead of charge, I guess it's charge. It is a 100 power bank. And I've been seeing this everywhere on YouTube. This thing is heavy, but I've been seeing this everywhere on YouTube and I've been wanting it, but I didn't want to pull the trigger because it's like 200 bucks. So Amazon had a lightning deal and I was able to get it for 150. So I was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna find it cheaper than that. So I picked it up. I like that look. You can see inside of it. Look up here, you can see that it has different power points. I have USB-C, I have DC power, I have USB-C, and I have USB-A right here. So you got USB-C, USB-A, and then you got another USB-C. This is USB-C out. This is USB-C in and out, meaning I can charge it using this, and I like that a lot. This is one hefty battery. It's gonna add a lot of weight to my bag. I might have to rethink that. Hopefully I can make it work, but it's heavy. This right here, as you can see, is the charging cable. We have a USB-C, and Okay, so this is USB-C to USB-C, which is awesome. Another charging cable. I'm not sure that I would have bought two if I would have known this came with the charging cable. And then inside the box, we also have this right here, which is a way to carry it. Now, I'm not 110% sure I'm gonna use this bag, but just, I guess I'm not sure I'm gonna use this bag. I might not even use it. We'll see. We'll put it up here and just for now, just to see if I'm gonna wind up using it or not. But for right now, I do like this. I like the look of it. The last thing I got before I show you the tech that's gonna go up in here is this right here. Now, this, I'm not 110% sure that is gonna make it into it because honestly, if we look at the table, it's getting quite packed. So we'll see. All right. So this is the tripod that I got. This is actually a tripod for my phone. So, and as big as it is, as healthy as it is, I honestly don't think this is gonna go on my bag. I might use this for when I just want to do something else, but I can't see me using it. It says push. So I'm assuming something comes out. Oh, wow. So this gets really long and it actually holds your phone right there. So yeah, I'll definitely use this 100% when it's for my phone. But as of right now, I don't think I'm gonna use this. I like the fact that it comes with a remote that you can take off, connect via Bluetooth, and make it snap pictures and things like that. But all in all, nice, but I fear I might have wasted a few bucks on this because yeah, I'm not gonna put this in my bag. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up because I wanna be able to put it in my other book bag. Let's see here, if we raise this up, I'm assuming. And here's the hard drive. Actually, this is so small. I like it. It got a little weight to it, but it's so small. It tempts me to put it in this bag because when you look at it, these two are neck and neck. Like I don't know why I thought this was gonna be big, but this is the T7 Shield. I really like this actually. So maybe I will put this in my bag. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence. And we have more cables. So we have a USB-C to USB-A, which we can actually put back up in here because I'm not gonna be using it. And we have a USB-C to USB-C. And this is the cable that I probably would be using with it. In fact, I'm gonna put this in my bag after all, and this I'm gonna put back in my original bag. And the reason why is because honestly, at 4 terabytes, I want to be able to bounce this between both book bags. So if I have a project on here, I want to be able to just grab this and plug it into my iPad and continue working on that project. So that's why I'm gonna grab this one, although this one would do it too, but this one being bounced back and forth around is called the Shield. Let's put it to the test. All right, so now we're gonna look at what tech I'm gonna have in my bag. My headphones of choice is going to be my AirPro Maxes. These are going to be bouncing between both bags. These has been super good to me. I've had them for like probably easily over 2 years now. And I mean, yeah, as you can see, they're in pristine condition. I love these headphones. So these are going to be bouncing between bags. I could have honestly switched it up and used my Sony 5s, but I just like these better. So these are going to be bouncing between bags. We're going to put them right there. My main device when I want to get some heavy work done is going to be my iPad Pro 12.9 inch, 2 terabytes, M1 chip. All right. And as we can see, hey, this black space is starting to get filled up. We got to be careful. My content tool of choice is going to be the ZV-1 Mark II. And honestly, I like it because it's such a very small compact camera and I can do a lot with it. And more importantly, it's not huge and I don't have to worry about pulling it out and everybody watching me. It has the flippy screen and all the other cool stuff. If you haven't watched the review, I'll link it up below. And my tripod of choice is going to be the Sony remote handle, which is right here. This is what's accompanying it. And I also grabbed one last thing, which is an extra battery. Now, this is why I wanted this right here, because I need this for whatever reason. This right here, it takes this same plug. So I would be able to literally charge it like so, which is what I was alluding to earlier in the video. So this actually comes in clutch. So I'm actually happy about that one cable. Now, the very last thing that I need, because I wanted, originally, I got this to hold this power bank. So when I'm actually recording, you can see that I can screw this down and it will hold it. But I now know that that makes no sense because this is so big to the point where honestly, it just makes sense to sit this down, maybe like so upright, and just feed the cable to the camera as I'm recording so I don't have to worry about keep swapping out batteries, which is more than likely what I would do. And by me having a USB-C cable is more than long enough. And as you can see over here, this takes USB-C, which is amazing. So I don't have to worry about having some other type of cable. It will accept USB-C with a charge, and you can see right here is the microphone jack, and down here is the mini HDMI, which honestly I probably would never use, but I got it if I need it. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so you see everything before you. I think I got all my bases covered. I got charging, storage, I got power, I got paper just in case I want to doodle. I got my cable that goes with this. For when I'm editing on here, I have my iPad mini, I have my keyboard, I have my content creation tool. This right here is basically my mini setup. Now, obviously I won't have my knife up in there because this is for here for when I'm doing unboxings, but with the exception, this is everything. So I'm actually pretty proud of myself. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put this stuff in my camera bag. We're gonna see if all this stuff will fit in the camera bag. Now, honestly, I don't know if it will. So we're literally gonna find out together. The first things first thing I know I wanna put up in here is the iPad. So I know I wanna put this iPad up in there just to get it out of the way. And that goes up in there like so. The next thing I wanna do is, I think I'm gonna put this right up in that little slot right there. I think that works. And for my keyboard, I could put that in the other slot. And then for this space right here, now I could just dump the rest of this stuff up in there, but honestly, I kind of don't want to do that. And this right here, this pocket, all of this deep pocket and stuff back here, this is where I want my cables to go. Like anything related to chargers or, you know, anything like that, I want all my cables to go back here. So I can easily grab them really quickly and it's not a problem. This right here, I'm gonna drop back there as well. All my cables are gonna go back there. Now, this, I actually think I want this to go up here in this pocket with this right here. This, which is my iPad mini, is going to go in the front with my other iPad. Now, that brings me to this right here. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna just drop it at the bottom of the bag. That's where that's gonna sit. I'm just gonna make sure make sure my bag has enough room. My spigot is gonna go up in there. My battery pack is gonna go on top. This cable right here, I'm gonna drop it back here. And I'm gonna zip that up. This right here, I kind of want to go on the outside. Now this, I'm not 110% sure that I like it like that. Because my camera has a cage on it, I'm not too concerned about it if I'm being completely honest. But let's see here. Yeah, I actually like that. And this is where my keys clamp will go. I can drop my extra cables up in here. My carabiner, if I need it, can be right there. And then, you know what? Maybe my cables should be up here. That way, it's easier and faster for me to get to. Well, I don't think all these cables gonna fit up there because it's not that big. But at least 2 of my cables can fit up there. These will definitely give me a peace of mind if they got their own pocket right here. And having my keys on here would be pretty cool, but I never use it. I always say I will, but I never do. And then for this right here, I'm gonna keep this in the back pocket along with my book. And my headphones won't make it into the bag, but that's okay. I'll have them hanging off like so. And that's my bag. All right, so here's the final. Now I can't say that I really like this right here hanging off here, but worst case scenario, if I don't like it, then what I'll do is I'll just revert to either my 2nd gen AirPods or my AirPods Pro, because both of those stay with me. They always looped on my belt. So if I don't like this, I'll just default to those. Honestly, I like these because when I'm editing, it literally tunes out everybody. So I really want these, especially if I'm editing. But if I'm not editing and I'm not using the iPad, then I probably would just leave these if I don't like it. So that's what I'm thinking right now. I like the fact that I have my camera up in here. I don't have to worry. I can create content. I can do whatever I need off this little bitty bag. And to me, that is amazing. Now, if you haven't watched the review of the ZV-1 Mark II, I'll link it up for you. I give you the 5 reasons on why it might be a deal breaker for you if this is your first camera. Things to consider before buying. I'll meet you in that video. Till next time. Later.